Hello Scorpio, welcome to Tarot to a T. This is going to be a reading for April 2023. And thank you for joining me. If you're first time here, thank you for finding my channel. I hope you stick around. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. I do want to mention that I'll be opening up for personal readings probably in the next couple of weeks. So look out in the description box for information if you're interested in that. Also, don't forget to hit a like on the video if you want to see an extended reading for your sign. I take the zodiac sign previously will determine who gets the extended the next time around. I just unfortunately can't do all the signs. I don't have the schedule that allows me to do that right now. But also I am changing up my layout here, you might notice. Well, it's kind of the same layout, but instead of using this as my cards of advice, I have switched over to dealing separate cards of advice. This is all going to be kind of your message, your picture of what's going on April 2023. So let's get started. Eight of clubs, ace of clubs, eight of diamonds. Look at all these eights. Okay. Jack of clubs. Just a minute here to take it all in. You might be at some kind of decision here about what to pursue. Like a new, you're starting, so let me try to formulate this. I'll be as articulate as I can. You're off to a new start in April in some manner, learning a new skill, gathering like new knowledge, new information on some kind of solo effort or endeavor you want to follow. That's highlighted with the Eight of Diamonds. That's the entrepreneurial card. Now, if this isn't a business, but it very much could be related to business, honestly. It's like you want to do something brand new. And there's a lot of promise in it. Because this is also about the solo effort paying off in big ways. Now the solo effort, again, doesn't necessarily have to do with business, but it increases your income somehow. It's like taking the initiative perhaps to get some kind of certification so you can move up in your job. Let's say it's something like that. But you're in some kind of decision mode. You're stuck on you could be stuck on an idea or an outcome as well. Like, perhaps that's causing the conflict of why you can't make this decision as quickly as you'd like. The Jack of Clubs energy could be a younger fire sign you're dealing with, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. If not, this could be in your chart. This could also, I tend to see the Jack of Clubs as some kind of younger or maybe less experienced person around you who acts as a support, because they're very supportive and generous. They can offer you like friendship, for example, where they're just kind of in the background, but you know they always have your back. But you're definitely moving forward with these eights. That's all about progress, you know, going off into what's next, the next chapter in your life. Two of diamonds, seven of hearts, two of hearts. Look at that. 8822. No coincidences here. And the five of clubs. Yeah, something was stagnant. So this is what instigated the change here, I think, to start off on this new direction. And something on your own. In some manner. We'll just say in some manner. If you're not the entrepreneurial type, you're not going to go into business for yourself. That's okay. We're not saying you have to. But something was stagnant, probably around your career. There might have been some pain involved with this. The Seven of Hearts is that disappointment and loss card. It's about usually around a person who lets you down, but maybe it was an organization. Maybe it was the supervisor. Maybe it was a group or some coworkers who let you down. There still can be that sense of loss and disappointment, and so you're feeling just a little bit of pain from that. I mean, not on a major scale, honestly. But your finances are very balanced in some kind of partnership, or if you're not in a partnership, they are balanced and in harmony upon themselves. So finances are looking very good for you. That's good to know. Now the Two of Hearts. This is interesting because I didn't see anything come up about relationship until we got to this. This is about that desire for companionship, having someone on the same page, someone who thinks like you, someone with the same goals. But if it's not in romance, it could be somebody you're looking for to join you in business in somehow. And again, if you're not starting a business, just like some kind of person who can open doors for you in a new career direction. It could be as simple as that. But you desire somebody who really believes in you, who you can count on. All of that's wrapped up with Two of Hearts. There's a lot of balance and harmony with that. It's like you're waiting, or not as I say waiting, but looking for that person who can really make that happen, perhaps. But there's definitely a wish. It implies a wish fulfillment around finding a special, significant person. Now, it could be in romance as well. That just could be like a kind of a side issue that's going on with you. These two wanted to come out. Jack of Hearts, Joker, Black and White Joker is also a full card. The Jack of let me slow down here. I'm just blah, 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 blah. A lot of information coming into my head. So the Jack of Spades could be dealing with a younger air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But it could also be you not trusting the process here, because that Black and White Joker is about things being up in the air. It's also the Fool card, though. In traditional tarot, it kind of has a twin association with it. The Fool card, to me, and this is what I like to say about the Fool card, is that you don't know what's ahead. So you could be distrusting and suspicious of what lies ahead. Like you're not really sure, for some reason, on this new endeavor, Scorpio, you're a little bit antsy or anxious about what's in store, what lies in, I'm hearing, what is that? How do you say that? What lies in store for you? It's kind of an awkward thing for me to say because I don't really use that kind of terminology, but it's something you hear a lot like in movie scripts. What lies in store for you? I don't know. But I think that's where that distrust comes from. It's just the unknown. You could be dealing, again, with a fire sign. Here's the Queen of Clubs. The Queen has a little bit more power and authority than that Jack over here. You could just have this in your chart, so it's coming out. Scorpio with fire, yeah, that would totally work. In so many different ways. The Queen has some power and authority, not as dominant as a king, but definitely it's there. And it's not necessarily female, so don't look at the gender. Again, she offers generosity and support, but since she's got that experience under her belt, she can offer advice. So I'm not sure if there's maybe somebody around you who's playing this role. Again, you might have these fire sign companions, associates. If you don't know their birthday, I would encourage you to find out in some subtle way, like, when's your birthday? When can I take you out to lunch? You could always inquire that way. And if you know the date, you can look it up. The Four of Spades. So you came out of a period of stress. I think it was that work situation here that was stagnant. Maybe it wasn't the work situation. I'll take that back. It could just be the career path that grew stale. You just didn't want it anymore. But you knew things needed to change. There's a lot of stagnancy with that. And now you're in this period of respite, of stress relief, again, in your home life. So maybe you're bringing some of that stress home. I'm going to ask for a couple more cards before I get into advice for Scorpio, April 2023. And I appreciate your patience, Scorpio. I know I was a little bit late with this reading. I like to be before the first, but I just have so many things going on. Not complaining. Just appreciate your patience with waiting for this reading to come out. You are stressed here and worried about things. I think we saw that earlier with your Jack of Spades energy of I still get the sense it's kind of that unknown. Like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? Not in not in a sense of desperation, but just you're a little frustrated, perhaps, of where to go next. It's like I'm not frustrated is not exactly the right word I was looking for, but you're just a little bit like you want to get on with it. You know, you have that get up and go, but you want to get on with it, but you don't know exactly what you want to do because you're stuck in this. Trying to make up your mind, trying to make a decision here. But you are on the beginning of this new path, which I think it looks very promising, especially with this Eight of Diamonds. I think you're doing the right thing, but you need to be clear about where you're going. I think that's what your goal in April 2023 is going to be, figuring out what that is. So now we're going to please ask for cards of advice for Scorpio's situation. What advice can you give Scorpio for perhaps their decision they need to make in April 2023? So we got 9 of Hearts, 6 of Diamonds, looking good so far. Okay, we'll take those. What else? Ace of Hearts. Nice. Except that. It all looks good except that. I'll start off with these two because the 9 of Hearts, wish fulfillment. This is leading to wish fulfillment. It's also going to complete something, probably a path that you've been on for a while, or some kind of ambition that you've had for yourself, you know, to really accomplish something. You know how we continue to go to work every day, but we have these background thoughts and feelings going on about what we really want to be doing with our time. You know, that 40 hours a week, or in some cases even more. Even though we show up every day, stagnancy, that's all about showing up every day and not making a move. But see, you're making a move now, which is fantastic, especially with the Ace of Hearts over here. This is leading, again, this is a double whammy. 9 of Hearts and the Ace of Hearts with wish fulfillment. This is about following your true calling, your true desires. And again, it's a new start. Yes, very, very clear on that. And you're going to have new opportunities to take financial responsibility on this path you're on. Financial responsibility in terms of, you know, just making more income so that you can pay off debts. You can afford, you know, luxuries perhaps that you haven't been able to afford before. And for people around you, you know, being generous with friends and family. All that sort of thing is about that responsibility that's opening up for you going down this path. 8 of Hearts and the 5 of Spades. It does seem here. You know what I'm picking up for this? Eight of Hearts is about socializing. It's celebration. It's going out, spending time with family and friends, la-di-da-di-da. But the 5 of Spades is breaking something off. I think there's a couple things that could be going on. You could be dating somebody that you need to break it off with. I won't beat around the bush with that. It could involve a particular person, a casual relationship. This is saying you need to concentrate on other things. And if it's not a particular person, you need to spend less time socializing. I hate to say it. You know, that time needs to be spent working on this. Whatever this is, this new start. And deciding. That's all wrapped up with time and effort. You're being it's being advised that you just back off from it a little. I'm not going to say you shouldn't go out and have fun, but perhaps you've been doing a lot of it lately. You know, and I don't know exactly what I can't think of a thing that has been said in the past that you would recognize, but you know how they always say you have to really work and you have to sacrifice some things if you're working towards a dream. It will pay off, but in the meantime, you kind of have to like push everything else aside and put those things on the back burner to make this dream real. Because people who do go into business for themselves, for example, put in a lot of hours, a lot of hard work. They make a lot of mistakes, but they keep getting up over and over again. And all of that takes time and energy. And if you're spending a lot of time, let's just say more time than you should be at this time in your life, just kind of going out, having fun, hanging around clubs, I mean, whatever floats your boat. It's just being advised to use some of that time and effort and energy. It's all about energy, putting it into this, to making this happen. Jack of Hearts, you could be dealing, this could be you, of course. I was going to say a younger or inexperienced water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Now, I also see the Jack of Hearts as just, you're being advised to keep your heart open. And I think that's a very good advice for most people in most situations. Not necessarily romantically, it's just being open to what comes your way. There is a slight hint of vulnerability with that because, again, like with the Joker energy, you don't know what's headed your way. But transforming from this suspicion with the Jack of Spades, transform that into this, just having your heart open. I think that's a healthier approach, and I received that message very clearly, that it's about taking down a notch that distrust and suspicion of what lies ahead, because it's unknown. There's just a little bit of fear and anxiety around it. And that's one way to combat that, by just keeping your heart open, unfortunately. Queen of Spades. Again, could be dealing with an air sign. Libra, Aries, or Aries. Not Aries. Aquarius. I meant to say Aquarius. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. This is also the card of someone keeping to themselves. That would go kind of hand in hand with the Eight of Hearts and the Five of Spades, telling you to back off from the social life. Keeping to yourself is being a little bit mysterious, just holding back, not telling people what's going on. Because you are experiencing a lot of internal, I don't say it's not turmoil, but a lot of internal processes are going on for you now. You're processing a lot of information, a lot of different ideas. So just keeping yourself a little bit more contained perhaps will help brew that, so that you reach some kind of decision and where you're headed. Especially if you take the time, again, to stay home and really, hone in on what it is that you want to, that decision that you want to make. That's a bad way of putting it, but the decision that would really make you feel satisfied. I guess that's the crux of the matter. And holding it back and not necessarily broadcasting it to the world, it may not be necessary. I think we all are guilty of one time or another just kind of saying things and just putting them out there. Well, not everybody needs to know, especially if you don't have a concrete plan in mind, that you've been thinking about these things. I mean, if you have a confidant or a person you're really close to that you want to talk about these things, kick around these ideas, that's one thing. You see what I mean? Seven of Clubs and the Two of Spades. See, very interesting. So the Seven of Clubs is about feeling trapped, feeling confined, needing to get out of a situation because you can't stand it anymore. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere. And that was, again, echoes of this Five of Clubs, things needing to change drastically. The Two of Spades is confirming you're leaving that behind, because that Two of Spades is a final departure. It's a final split. Often it means a split from a person. I think we're looking at it here symbolically, though, that you're splitting yourself off from whatever was keeping you held back before. And there's no going back. With this Two of Spades, no reconciliation. There's no like changing your mind and saying, well, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. That's stagnancy. Every time I say stagnancy, I'm going to pull that card up. Yeah, that Seven of Clubs is very much like that stagnancy. It's being in a prison of some. It's probably self-imposed because in the past you didn't make those decisions to do anything about it. But you're leaving that behind, Scorpio, and that's very, very exciting, and I am very interested to see what your next reading looks like. I am going to end it here, but if you would like to see when that next reading comes out and want to be notified, go ahead and hit subscribe, notifications. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up symbol if you're interested in seeing extended reading next time around. Look out in my description box for information about personal readings. Also, there's a link in the bottom of the description box if you'd like to leave me a virtual tip. I have a Buy Me a Coffee page where some generous viewers have left me donations, and I very much appreciate that if you're able to do that, okay? Alright, you hang in there. You know, kick back a little bit. Just stay home for a couple nights maybe, or maybe don't stay out as late, and meditate over what you're trying to create here, because I think you can create something fantastic going forward. You just need to figure out what direction you want to go. It all stems on that. And it is very much a solo effort because it depends on you. Good look at it that way. Okay. Take care until I see you again.